Today we're going to start working with the hood hatches, and before I start to build new ones, I want to check out the old ones. I have three basic tools that I need for the job. I need a scraper, a heat gun, and a random orbital sander. So I'm gonna strip off the old varnish, and then I'm gonna sand the hatches just a little bit to see how the mahogany plywood reacts to that. So if I can remove the humidity marks under the varnish, then it's less of a work for me, because I only have to replace the frames, and I don't have to, for example, do the fiberglass work for the hatches. But let's get started, and we'll see what comes out of it. And what I'm basically about to do is that I will heat the varnish so that it becomes bubbly and it's easy to scrape off with the scrape over here. So when the varnish is hard, you can, well basically you can if you use enough force, but when you heat it up, the varnish becomes soft and it's very easy to scrape off. So let's get going. Okay, now I have stripped all the varnish from the plywood. I didn't get into the frame yet because I'm not interested in that quite yet, because I want to see, can I sand this mark off from the plywood. I'm gonna start with 120 grit right now, basically because I don't have any 80, and the 120 is fine for this. So let's see. So started sanding it, and so far it seems quite nice. There was this big marking over here where it still is, but it's a lot better right now. And if it turns out like this on this part, when I sand it more, then I think that I don't need to change the plywood over here, but only the frame for it, for those parts that are rotted. I sanded it for quite a while, and now I got it quite even, and there's the slight reddish color from the mahogany. Let's put this away. There's this one spot over here where it got through the first layer of the plywood, and then there's this darker corner where I couldn't get with that sander. So but the next step is that I think that I'm going to take the aluminum railing or framing from the hatch, and then we start looking how much do we need to repair for it. Repair. So at least it seems that this side is completely soft. Here's some soft wood. This is very soft, and this actually might be the only piece that, well it's not. What I can tell you from the original structure and colors of the boat, so it seems that there has been this red plastic mat or carpet on the hood, and then there's this structure where, well, then there's the massive mahogany first, and then there's the plastic mat, the plastic, and then there's plywood, and then there's fiberglass on top. So well, what that means is that there's fiberglass and plastic and wood in between that is in direct contact with humidity, and that's why these hatches have been rotted out, because the humidity has gotten in and it hasn't gotten out. You probably can't see it, but there is this red stuff over here. Well, first it seemed good that the plywood was okay, and I could work something out of this old one. But now when I've been digging the rotten wood out of the frames, and when I look at the structure over here, maybe it is just easier to do new hatches and forget about this one. At least this one, and then I have the another one, the front hatch over here, which seems like it's pretty much in the same state as the another one. So back into the original plan, and we're gonna make 2 new hatches. Yeah, so you know, the thing with these old boats is that, or anything that is old and worth preserving, there's always the difficulty to choose between, do you restore the old one, or do you do a new one? For example, these hatches, it would be possible to restore them, to restore the old ones, but it would take a hell of a lot more time to do it, because the hatches are quite simple. It's just a piece of plywood and a frame for it. But when you start restore them, there's a ton of things you need to do for it to get it to look like the what you want it to look like. And when you just make a new one, it's a half day. Well, it takes longer than a half day, but it's a lot less work. So that's why I decided to go with the easier route and I already have the materials. I have the mahogany plank here for the frame and the plywood for the hatches. So but I only have plywood for 2 hatches, so that's what makes the job a bit more difficult, because I'm gonna still use one of the original hatches that is in very good condition, and I have the challenge to make the new hatches to look like the old one. But let's see how it goes. Hopefully hopefully I will not fail. Probably will, but so what.